began sculpting, starting out with clay first, and then moved into carving. And this is from soapstone, and it's called the
What is
Egyptian.
it?
It's from soapstone, carved from soapstone, and it's called the Egyptian head. I call it that anyway. And then as I say, I keep changing directions and voices. So from there, I moved into construction and experimented with shaping wire screen into different forms. And the individual components are coated with beeswax. And then there's some pigment here and some rope added. And this is a close-up where you can better see the materials. And actually this is hanging in our house. And a friend of mine who visits occasionally gets the shivers when she looks at this piece. It's made from wire screen, coated with beeswax, pigment, and there's a piece of a skeleton that I found on the beach, somewhere on the beach a while back. Oh, you skipped something. Yeah, you skipped earth mound, yeah, thanks. And this is an installation piece using both synthetic and organic materials. It's a pile of earth topped with pods which I constructed from wire screen, coated them with beeswax, and then added some geranium stalks and to the mix. And I've installed this at Adelphi University in a one-person show, and also at Islip Museum, and as well as other sites. So from constructions, I moved into cardboard, two-dimensional work, exploring cardboard. I was drawn to the tactility and the physicality of the surface, and kind of akin to the texture that I worked with in sculpture. In this piece I used, go back. This piece I used oil stick, and there's some beeswax in it. Okay. Open corners. This is another on cardboard with oil stick, ballpoint pen, and pencil. And another on cardboard, a triptych with oil stick, and there's some other media, I think some paper in there as well. And after the cardboard series, I started painting on canvas. In this first body of oil paintings on canvas, I used a monochromatic toned-down palette, layering and scraping and looking for a textured surface. This series incorporates, this piece incorporates some figurative elements. And another monochromatic which incorporates more linear elements. Oh yes, that's me too. I was just going wild one day. I hid this series under the bed for many years until my husband urged me to take them out and frame them and hang them in the house. So I still have no idea how this happened.
Is it actually one piece or
I
two?
call this whatchamacallit. Oh, actually, it was two pieces that I put together.
Oh, okay.
And I call this whatchamacallit. All caps, one word.
How big is it?
Bleh.
Wow.
Okay.
And another wild one titled No Problem. And back to paintings on canvas. I named this one Ode to Morton Feldman, whose quiet music I often listened to while I was working. And this was in the Parish Museum's Artist Choose Artist show, selected by Frank Wembley, whom some of you may know. what might have been a t-shirt that I once wore in my studio. It's a painting, ended up transformed as part of this painting. And this is also in the same parish artist choose artist show, and also incorporated an old worn t-shirt. By the way, what looks like masking tape is not tape, it's paint. And another mixed media oil painting with fabric. I named this one Fire and Ice after a poem by Robert Frost. And here's a hanging done with oil and fabric on canvas. Next is one of two fabric hangings from recycled clothing. These hangings stand alone, free from the canvas. At one time, this was a new jacket, which I wore for many years, and which I transformed much later. And another recycled from a very old jacket used in my skiing days. Could you make that a little larger, Scott? Yeah. It's an old worn jacket. And now for an entirely different direction on wood. Working on a hard surface brought about a different way of handling paint, which led to the emergence of shapes and akin to my sculpture, harkening back to my early work in sculpture. And this one, also on wood, was chosen as Best Abstract in a Guildhall Member Show, actually by Robert Storr, formerly a MoMA curator. And another on wood, I call this one X. Wherever it falls, okay. Oh, here's an early drawing with acrylic, ink, pencil, and pastel and paper. The writing says, wherever it falls. And my most recent, I'm ending with my most recent work on wood with wax, oil, and oil stick. Who knows what will come next? Did I exceed my time? 10 minute, 9 minute?
Very
Good. I forgot to mention that there's a Q&A after each presentation, so
If you have any questions, yeah. Any questions?
So what inspires you? What inspires you?
I like to explore materials and discover new things and see what emerges. I don't start with any idea. I just like to see what happens. Discover a part of myself that I sometimes surprises me, like the wild art. Any other questions?
How did you start out as an artist? What were you? Is that something you were drawn to in school?
No, actually I was a teacher and then an editor, and then I never kind of liked either profession, so I just took some classes at night and I started to do, explore art. Yeah. Actually, my first class, I think, I was working with clay. There was a sculpture class at MoMA way back, and I started out, actually that was my first class. Yeah. So.
Thanks.
Yes.
Do you have themes that you explore in your work?
Themes?
Themes, yes, like the worn clothing, or is it just what comes out?
Yeah, no, they're just whatever I see around my studio. I keep a list. When you go up into my studio, you'd be like, oh my God, you know. I bring all my old clothes in there and save everything, and then I look around and I might find something and start.
I'm her husband, it's a total mess.
So he's after me to clean